In the story of Kenya's struggle for democratic change, there is a name less shouted in the street, but no less powerful in the quiet of private sacrifice: Idah Odinga. Born on the 24th of August 1950 in Migori County, she was raised in a home of high expectations. Her mother, Rosa Ou, was Kenya's first black nurse at what later became Kenyatta National Hospital, and her father, a respected doctor in Nyanza. Idah attended Ogandi Girls High School and then the University of Nairobi, where she earned a Bachelor of Education Arts degree in geography. In 1973, she married Raila Odinga, then a young lecturer in engineering. At this time, Idah was in second year and would continue with her education after marriage. What began as a partnership in academia would evolve into a life entwined with politics, resistance, hope, and sacrifice. Idah's upbringing instilled in her a belief that women could do more than the world expected. "My mother was a pioneer," she recalled, "and that shaped how I viewed the world. Women can do anything if they work hard enough, even when the world doesn't expect them to." Her early career as a teacher at Kenya High School allowed her to shape young minds. But those classroom walls could not contain her drive for social change. As Kenya moved toward multi-party democracy, Raila Odinga was increasingly thrust into confrontation with the state. During his detentions, Idah Odinga did not simply remain a political spouse, she became mother, father, protector, soldier in her own way. As she later reflected, when Raila was in prison, "I was not just a wife, I was a mother, a father, protector, and sometimes even a soldier in my own way." She held the home front, navigated threats, and lent steadiness when the public figure faltered under pressure. Her calm resolve enabled him to focus on the struggle, assured that the backbone of the family remained intact. Idah's contribution extended beyond the shadows of the campaign trail. In 1991, she founded the League of Kenya Women Voters (LKWV) to empower women to engage in governance and public decision-making. She also became a vocal advocate for women's health issues, campaigning against fistula, breast cancer, and even addressing parasites in rural Kenya. In 2003, she broke further ground by becoming the managing director of the family-owned manufacturing company East African Spectre, one of the first Kenyan women to head a major industrial enterprise. Education remained her anchor. She spearheaded fundraising to build a modern library at her alma mater, Ogandi Girls High School. In 2025, she was recognized with a Lifetime Achievement Award by the Human Achievers Foundation for her contributions to girls' education and women's empowerment. Through every twist in Raila Odinga's political path, detentions, exile rumors, contested elections, years in opposition, Idah was there. She provided the personal strength and stability that allowed the public figure to function in chaotic times. From her home in Karen, she maintained the family sanctuary. When his name was blackened, she offered quiet dignity. When the campaign buses rolled, she ensured the children were safe and their home anchored. She offered counsel when he faced public reproach, when alliances shifted. When he contemplated retreats, Idah provided perspective. Her words reflect years of navigating the bittersweet intersection of politics and family. To us, the spouses of these politicians, the challenges are many and not easy to cope with. I tell you, inherit his friends, but don't inherit his enemies. When the 2007-2008 post-election violence rocked Kenya, and Raila found himself elevated as prime minister in the new coalition government, the domestic load on Idah grew heavier. Yet she held firm, reminding the nation that behind the leader was a family. A daughter and a son, a wife whose own identity was more than spouse. In October 2025, Idah had to bury her husband, who was celebrated as an enigma of Kenyan politics. Today, Idah Odinga stands as a symbol not just of support, but of agency. She didn't simply stand behind a prominent politician, she stood beside him, and she stood for something of her own. Her legacy in women's empowerment, education, corporate leadership, and political resilience is real and distinct. When asked if she would marry Raila again, knowing all that political life would bring, she replied, "I would marry you again. We fought the good fight." Her story reminds us the journey of a political leader is rarely solo. It is supported by spouses, by families, by quiet hands that anchor the storm. Idah Odinga's role in Kenya's democratic evolution may not always have filled the front pages, but it filled the gaps. It's held the lines, and made possible the public journey. In the annals of Kenyan history, when the names of leaders are sung, let us also remember the names of those who stood steady when the stage was empty, the lights dimmed, and the crowds gone. Idah Odinga, teacher, activist, partner in struggle, architect of resilience. Follow Echoes of Time for more.